The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus said, A man had 2 sons, and the younger son said to his father, Father, give me the share of your estate that should come to me. So the father divided the property between them. After a few days, the younger son collected all his belongings and set out to a different country, where he squandered his inheritance on a life of dissipation. When he had freely spent everything, a severe famine struck that country, and he found himself in dire need. Coming to his senses, he thought, How many of my father's hired workers have more than enough food to eat, but here I am dying from hunger. I shall get up and go to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son. Treat me as you would treat one of your hired workers. So he got up and went back to his father. While he was still a long way off, his father caught sight of him and was filled with compassion. He ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. His son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son. But his father ordered his servants, Quickly, bring the finest robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Take the fatted calf and slaughter it. Then let us celebrate with a feast, because this son of mine was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found. Then the celebration began. Now the older son became angry, and he refused to enter the house. His father came out and pleaded with him. He said to his father in reply, Look, all these years I served you, and not once did I disobey your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat to feast on with my friends. But when your son returns, who swallowed up your property with prostitutes, for him you slaughtered the fatted calf. He said to him, My son, you are here with me always. Everything I have is yours. But now we must celebrate and rejoice, because your brother was dead and has come back to life. He was lost and has been found. This is the good news of our salvation. We have been reflecting this week in the Gospels for this season of Lent, and the Gospels have been telling us that we must have a relationship with everyone as brothers and sisters, and we have to have the fundamental priority. That we are to serve others and not be served by them. We are not to insist on any honor or prestige, preference. We are to be simple and open, to be humble. This is what Jesus taught us, not only by what he said, not only the examples he gave, but by his own life. And we have here in today's teaching of Jesus a summary of what it means to not only live in the church in our day with humility, conversion, accepting our limitations and our sinfulness, but also to treat others, even when they have committed sin, to treat them as they are still members of our family. And so what the Father was doing is showing his heart for his Son. And the Son had learned the hard way that his values were all twisted, indeed perverted. And because of the suffering he went through, he recognized the beauty of his Father, the affection his Father had for him. When he did return, expected to be treated as a hired hand, and was given a celebration, a feast with the fatted calf. This was the bonding between the Father and the Son. But we should look carefully at the older brother, because this is our natural reaction to someone, even in our close family, who has made a mess out of their lives and has injured the property of the family, wasted it. We want to get rid of that person and not let that person enter our lives at all. And the objection of the Son, therefore, we can sympathize with. And when he talks to his Father, he said, "That son of yours." He doesn't say, "My brother." He has disowned him already. And the Father said, "Your brother has returned home." There's still a bond of belonging. And so the question now rises for us. And we should ask ourselves, when we look on ourselves not only as the younger son who's made big mistakes, but as the intolerant older brother, what was the effect of his Father's pleading? This is what the Father, our Heavenly Father, is pleading with us during the season of Lent. Come on in, forgive your brother, and join in the feasting. It is very interesting that we don't know whether the older brother went in. Jesus' parable or story stops with the invitation of the Father. And the reason for that is, we are the older brother. Are we going to enter the feast as Easter approaches, reconcile with the members of our family and others, our neighbors and our associates, during the season of Lent, accept them in forgiveness, and hope that they too will forgive us in return?